What's the big deal with Costco's membership fee anyway? It's going to save us money. That was Sally, always trying to drag me along on her shopping adventures. She only thought about what was convenient for herself, and I had repeatedly turned down her requests. But she kept insisting it was no big deal, refusing to take no for an answer. Finally, she was ready to set a date, even though I hadn't agreed to go. So, when are we doing this? My husband chimed in, completely siding with Sally. I was shocked at his response. What are you thinking? It's Sally we're talking about. She's definitely going to make us pay again. Well, I plan on giving her a taste of her own medicine this time, James said, hinting at some kind of revenge plan if Sally behaved as selfishly as usual. I decided to go along with my husband's scheme. My name is Lily. My child started kindergarten this year, and I've been busy with his education and socializing with other parents in the neighborhood. Fortunately, most of the other moms are very kind, helping me with various things like advice about my child and parent-to-parent consultations. I also try to help out as much as I can, and I think I've managed to maintain good relationships with them, except for one mother, Sally. She always seems to need help from everyone around her, and despite referring to herself as a spoiled princess, hardly ever helps anyone in return. For instance, when the moms make plans to go out for a meal, she'd often appear out of nowhere and join in. I wouldn't mind, except she frequently asked for bites of other people's food and subtly suggested that someone else pay for her meal, claiming she didn't have much money. Other mothers who had experienced similar things felt the same way I did. Whenever I went shopping, I always drove my car, and most of the time, Sally would show up and persistently ask for a ride. I wouldn't mind if we were going to the same place, but Sally was undeniably pushy. I was in such a hurry to catch a ride with you that I forgot my wallet. What are we going to do? Go back for it? Nah, I don't want to inconvenience you. Maybe I can just pay you back later. Every time I took her shopping, it would end up like this. Excuses about forgetting her wallet or leaving her credit card at home, always trying to avoid taking out her own wallet. Sally never seemed to have any intention of paying, and despite promising to pay me back later, she almost never did. Even after I pressured her multiple times with the receipts, she kept evading, saying she didn't have any money now or to wait until her payday. When it comes to money, you're really strict, aren't you, Lily? She once said. I even involved her husband once, who was a decent man and would apologize and pay me back. Sally herself showed no remorse and seemed indifferent to the impact of her actions. While some might dismiss these small expenses, they added up significantly over the month. The stress of chasing her for repayment after each shopping trip was wearing me down. If only I could have refused her shopping requests from the start. But Sally knew how to manipulate me, often using our children as leverage. Our kids were close friends, and Sally would have them make plans to go shopping together before seeking my permission. It was hard for me to say no when she involved our children like that. I couldn't ask my son not to be friends with hers. Other mothers sympathized with my situation, but kept their distance from Sally. Hey, can you do the shopping instead? Why? That mom friend I mentioned before is so persistent. Well, you should just firmly decline, shouldn't you? Finally, I confided in my husband about it, hoping for support. But he didn't fully grasp Sally's character. He said kids are kids, and parents should stand firm. I was at a loss. Then one day, my husband came home looking exhausted. He explained that Sally had cornered him while he was waiting at a traffic light. Oh, you're Lily's husband. Perfect timing. Could you give me a ride to the station? She didn't seem to consider the possibility of him declining. When he refused, she became confrontational, repeatedly trying to open his passenger door. When he held firm, she shouted his name in the middle of the road, demanding his attention. I can't believe she caused such a scene, I said. I've been telling you, Sally is a handful. There's a limit. Afterward, she even asked him for the fare. Despite trying to shake her off, he found himself struggling in traffic. Dropping her off, he realized she was heading to the station without enough money for a ticket. My husband was drained and finally understood why I have been complaining. "What is she thinking, really?" he said. "That's why I wanted you to deal with her instead of me," I replied. "I bet she's just as insistent with you." He gave a helpless shrug, and we both felt troubled about what to do next. One day, Sally approached me with an idea. "Hey, Lily, I've been wanting to go to Costco. Want to go together? It's cheap and the value is great." "Wait, Sally, don't you go there often?" I replied cautiously, knowing she wasn't a member. With her sudden proposal, I gave a vague response. Despite not being a member herself, Sally seemed surprisingly knowledgeable about Costco and offered various recommendations. Our family had a Costco membership through my husband, and we occasionally used it to stock up. But that didn't mean I wanted to take Sally along on a shopping trip. I had my suspicions that she was after more than just a good deal. "Hey, let's go. You're a member, right, Lily?" "I'm not a member." "Oh, then your husband. That's fine too. And I want you to bring the car too." "How do you know that?" "I got a ride in your husband's car the other day. I saw Costco shopping bags," Sally explained, causing me to involuntarily frown. "You know you can't pay at Costco if you're not a member, right? So please take care of the cashier. I'll pay you back later," she continued. "You hardly ever pay me back when you say that, don't you? It's okay this time, right?" Despite having no intention of agreeing, Sally, as usual, turned to my child. "Can we go shopping together?" "Sure," my son replied enthusiastically. "So then the kids can be watched by my husband, right?" "I haven't said we're going yet." "Oh, come on, but it's fine, right? Costco has a membership fee, and it would really help me out." Unable to bear Sally's self-centeredness, I repeatedly refused her, even when I asked her not to use my child to make promises. She remained stubbornly indifferent, making any discussion impossible. Eventually, without even accepting her proposal, she began making plans as if we were definitely going. "What are you talking about?" I exclaimed when my husband arrived to pick me up. "Lily's husband. We were just making a promise to go to Costco together," Sally explained eagerly. "Oh, that's fine. When shall we do it?" My husband responded, surprising me. Sally happily rushed to my husband and quickly secured a promise to go to Costco the following weekend. After Sally left, I couldn't help but complain to my husband. "Hey, what are you thinking? That's Sally we're talking about." "I know, but she said she'd bring her own money, didn't she?" "That's definitely a lie. We're bound to get stuck with the bill." At that time, I planned to give her a taste of her own medicine. James replied confidently, revealing his strategy to handle Sally's actions. Despite my concerns, I couldn't help but laugh when I heard his plan. While it seemed like an outrageous payback, it only applied if Sally behaved as brazenly as usual. Additionally, if this occasion led Sally to avoid getting involved with us, it might turn out to be a good thing, so I decided to go along with my husband's plan. Finally, the day to go to Costco arrived. Sally, in a good mood from the morning, naturally got into our car, asking if she had forgotten anything. "Do you have your wallet? It'd be a problem if you forgot it." "Aren't you the one who often forgets?" No worries, Sally replied casually, irritating me. James amiably responded to her, which was unusual for him. Normally, I would have wanted to check by having her take out her wallet, but considering my husband's plan, I held back. Sally seemed well aware of Costco's membership system, probably knowing in advance that only those with a membership card could make payments. If she shopped there, inevitably James would have to pay. Then she could push the payment onto us as usual. If she claimed she forgot her wallet, she wouldn't have to pay anything, which was probably what she was thinking. Sally, in high spirits, arrived at the store and swiftly started filling the cart with goods. "Wow, such a wide selection. It's hard to choose," she exclaimed happily, tossing items into her cart as she looked around the store. When I suggested we keep our carts separate to avoid confusion with our goods, she adjusted her cart and continued loading it without any hesitation. James surreptitiously whispered in my ear, knowing how Sally was mindlessly adding items to her cart without even looking at the price tags. I couldn't help but laugh. It seemed Sally, as usual, wasn't considering that she'd be the one paying, and I decided to go along with James' plan. As we queued up at the farthest checkout line, observing the crowded checkout area, Sally opened her bag. I watched her closely, and as I had predicted, she started rummaging through her small bag and began to look puzzled. "Oh, I'm sorry. It seems I've forgotten my wallet. You said it was okay in the car, didn't you? I'm sorry. Okay, can I pay you back some other time?" Sally said, realizing her predicament. Sally's cart had significantly more items than ours. It seemed like she intended to purchase $200 to $300 worth of goods, but she had shown no signs of concern about the amount of money in her wallet. Considering she didn't say anything when we got home today, she probably has absolutely no intention of contributing any money. James and I exchanged glances. "Oh, right. Sorry. I need to take this call from my folks," I said abruptly, leaving my cart with James and stepping out of the line. I hid behind nearby shelves, secretly observing their interactions. Sally seemed to be chatting with James without a care in the world. "It's a shame you bought so much but forgot your wallet. It's really a bummer, but I'm lucky to have a friend who can cover for me," Sally remarked nonchalantly. James responded. "Oh, I forgot to buy something. Can you hold my place in line while I go get it?" "Ew, fine, but hurry back, okay?" James agreed reluctantly, also leaving the line. It was a busy Sunday morning, one of the busiest times at Costco. As soon as Sally turned to face the cashier, she was lost in the crowd. Now, what would she do with a cart that full? She couldn't really claim she's not buying anything, could she? James and I exchanged glances and shared a wry smile hidden behind the store shelves. We walked around the back of the shelves and queued up at the furthest checkout line on the opposite side. From there, we watched Sally, who seemed to be waiting for us while slowly giving up her place in line to those behind her. Given the crowded Sunday morning with many people planning to grab lunch here as well, she wouldn't be able to spot us in line far away. We paid for our goods and left the store first. We got into the car and waited for a while. When I checked my phone to reveal the prank, there was a message from Sally. "Hey, still not back? Come on, don't keep me waiting like this." I can't believe she could stand in line that long without her wallet. Why don't we just tell her the truth and ask her to come back to the car? Sounds good to me. Apparently, she was still waiting diligently, which made us both chuckle. I wondered what she was planning to do after putting all that stuff into the cart, and then realizing that we didn't have enough money to pay for it all. With that thought, we told her we already finished paying and went back to the car. As expected, an outraged call came in from Sally. "Hey, wait a minute. What are you thinking? I'm not done shopping yet. If you don't have your wallet, you can't shop in the first place. Come on back now. Don't make it impossible for me. Stop joking around. Come back quickly and pay for this. We're not paying. Do you have any idea how much money you've made us spend until now?" I responded firmly. This argument continued for a while, and no matter what we said, Sally insisted that since I brought her, I should pay. In the end, she even threatened not to go back home unless I paid, which made my husband James even more fed up. "Well, if she doesn't want to come back, there's nothing we can do," James said, starting the car. When I asked how Sally would get home, James simply replied, "She'll be fine. I bet she'll just force someone to give her a ride if it comes down to it." With a laugh, clearly still holding a grudge about the incident when Sally forced him to drive her to the station. I kept communicating with Sally, even telling her that we would leave her behind if she didn't come back, but she wouldn't listen. Maybe it was harsh to leave her behind, but with the way things were going, I didn't know what else to do. Knowing her, she'd figure something out, I thought as we left the store. The next day, Sally managed to get home by herself, taking the bus. My husband laughed about how she did have a wallet after all, which was met with a furious Sally storming into our house. "You left me stranded at the store. That was so mean." "Well, it's your fault for going shopping without bringing any money," I retorted. So, you just left me. That's the worst. You could have just paid for me. Do you even realize how much you've been mooching off us? You're always like this, Lily. You're always so stingy. She brought up her self-centered arguments, yelling endlessly about how she was unhappy that I didn't spend my money. She even demanded compensation for her emotional distress, making a scene at the entrance of our house. What's going on here with all the shouting? Catherine, passing by, interrupted. Oh, Catherine, listen to this, Sally said with a smirk upon seeing her. Lily promised to take me shopping, and then she left me. Oh, you mean you pressured her into making a promise, right? Catherine responded skeptically. No, it's not like that. Lily said she'd take me. There's no way she'd invite someone who's always forgetting her wallet and relying on others to pay for her. So you threw a tantrum trying to get her to pay for you again, and then she left you. That's what you get. Catherine pointed out the truth of the matter, contrary to the story Sally was trying to spread. Sally was left speechless. I had anticipated that Sally might spread some rumors, so I had already discussed yesterday's events with Catherine under the pretense of consultation. On the flip side, Sally, who was lectured by Catherine, left with a bright red face. Catherine, while encouraging me and acknowledging it was a tough situation, seemed a little amused. I'm sure she'll be telling others about what Sally has done from here on out. After that, Sally couldn't even correct the truth, and thanks to Catherine, her misdeeds quickly spread throughout the neighborhood. Sally tried to make some allies, but she seemed to be spreading unnecessary rumors herself, and it seemed like no one would help her. On the contrary, many people told her she got what she deserved and started to distance themselves from her even more. All of this is your fault. Sally kept blaming me as usual. After a while, it seems she was severely scolded by her husband, and now she starts to run away as soon as she sees me. Since the people who were fed up with Sally's actions started to praise me for doing a good job, I'd like to think this issue is settled. Because of Sally's constant annoyance, I was distanced from many people, but now this incident has brought us closer. We started going shopping together, but of course, we each pay for our own things and have built a balanced relationship of give and take.